everybody who's tuning in, everybody who's watching, and everybody who's hoping to get something from this. Trust me, I got some good content, and we're going to use this to hopefully change your life. So whenever I do come on, and for the past few days, I've had the opportunity to come on about this time, about lunchtime, a little after lunchtime. By the way, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Welcome to the channel. If this is not your first time on the channel, hey, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming back. Big up, shout out to you. You make this all worth it. So if I didn't have you tuning in, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be sharing this information. I wouldn't be changing anybody's lives. So because you guys tune in, I appreciate it. And I just want to give back as much as I can. And so with that being said, hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Welcome to the channel. Let somebody else know that I'm here and I'm sharing this information, right? So let somebody know that Shon-Jhon, AKA the Middleman CEO, is on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, sharing as much good information as I can, trying to help as many people as I can, as quickly as I can. So hit subscribe, hit thumbs up, share the channel with at least one person. I appreciate it. I thank you. If you have a question or comment, drop it while I'm doing the live. If I see it, I'm able to react and respond to it. I cannot promise that I can get to it later whenever you do see the video, but feel free to drop it. A lot of times I get questions about what I'm talking about and exactly how to go about doing it. And so I often have to share the information so that everybody can get what they need and know exactly what's going on here. So, but today, I just want to talk to you about the realistic idea, and this is so real that I don't want you guys. As a matter of fact, let me get my marker because I'm gonna have to share some of this with you, and I want you to, because I talked about this the other day. If you saw one of my lives on my other social media channels, you saw this. But I just want to reiterate that whether you know it or not, whether you believe it or not, whether you think it's possible or not, it does not matter. The company that you work for is working really hard right now to fire you. I think that's how you do it. Or I like that. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's like that. All right. So we're just going to put your fire. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want you to understand that the company that you work for, that it benefits them to save money. All companies, it benefits them. That there's no companies out there going, hey, let's overspend as much as we can. Those companies will be out of business. So you got to understand that whatever place you're working at, whoever you're working for, their main objective is to save money. Make money, save money, right? Sometimes they make money by saving money. And so they're looking to replace you. They're looking to let you go. They're looking to fire you. They're looking to furlough you, soft fire, whatever type of lingo expresses the fact that you're out the door. They're looking to do that to you. And so with that being said, with that being known, you have to understand that there's no such thing as job security. You have to understand that if your company can fire you right now, let you go and keep your salary. So if you make $50,000 a year, most people don't, but if you do make $50,000 a year, the company that you're working for, they're thinking that if they let you go, that they can save $50,000 a year, right? So they can buy that extra house, buy that vacation home, get that boat, whatever it is they want to do, take more vacations. But I promise you, they're thinking about firing you. They're thinking about letting you go. And so with that being said, you need to understand two things. That number one, the company is going to protect its best interest. And number two, you need to protect your best interest. The company's thinking about the company. You need to be thinking about you. There is a time in life where you need to be selfish. And this is that time. You need to understand that no one is working for 20, 30, 40 years. Those days are long gone. AI is competing with you right now to take your job. Someone in a country on the other side of the world is competing with you right now to take your job. There is a system that someone is building, a software system that's going to take your job, and they're going to send you home, send you packing. And then now you got to go home, and now you got to break that bad news to your family. Now you got to tell your wife, got to tell your husband, Gotta tell your kids, right? And so what does this do? This disrupts your entire life. Because everything that you owned, everything that you had, everything that you bought or accomplished, you done so via the paycheck. And now that you have no job because they let you go, they fired you, you're fired, they let you go. So now you don't have any job and now you don't have any income. And so now you're in a position where you've got to figure out, how do I take care of myself? Listen, I don't even need to teach anything. You just need to hear this. There is no such thing as job security. It is a lie. Now, maybe 10, 20 years ago, yes, but times were different. Things were different. How different? Let me show you. A new house, probably 10 years ago, even 2 years ago, 3 years ago, was probably the average house in America, probably about, I'd say about 3 years ago, was probably about, let's say about 250, got you a decent house. Now that same house is 450. So it costs more for you to do the things you want to do. The car you wanted, that car costs more now, right? They call it inflation. Some inflation, mostly greed. We know, I know. But the gas costs $3 now. Gas fluctuates 50 cents overnight. I don't know what they do. It's like they just get up and decide whatever they want to charge, right? And you've got to understand that in order to live a better life, there's two things you can do. Number one, you can scale back. You can cut everything, cut your cable, cut your lights, cut your food intake. You can cut everything and just go into like a turtle shell and try to live that way. I don't recommend it because that ain't living, right? That ain't living, that ain't freedom. I don't want to live like that. When you get to live this life, what do you want to do? You want to enjoy this life. Hit thumbs up, hit subscribe. If you have a question or comment, drop it. But you want to enjoy this life more than anything else. This life, it ain't about money. Yes, we need it. It's a tool to exchange for some good things. And we want it, and we got to get it. But life ain't so much about money. Life is more about the experiences that you have. So we want to have good experiences in life. Well, how do you do that? Well, when I was poor, I wasn't having good experiences. When I was paycheck to paycheck, wasn't nothing good. I wasn't having fun at all, right? It was struggle life. It was struggle day. So when you don't have money, you don't have what's required or what's necessary to exchange in exchange for the things that you want to get. So if you drive the car you don't want to drive, because I don't look good in Toyotas, I look good in Mercedes, right? That's what I look good in. That's what I like. So if you want to drive a Toyota, fine. But if you're like me and you're like, I don't like that. I want to drive something better, something I enjoy more, I'm comfortable in, I get a better experience out of. See, I told you it's about experiences. Then I'm not going to be able to get a Mercedes, a $100,000 Mercedes, for the $30,000 price I pay for the Toyota. So either I'm going to be comfortable with the Toyota in that comfort zone, or I'm going to have to do something different to get a different result. So I always say, if you change the input, you change the output. If you change what's going into you, the way you think, the way you believe, the way you behave, then you automatically change the output, right? You change what's going in, and then you'll change what's coming out, right? You change that, right? So if you're out there planting poor seed, struggle life seed, paycheck to paycheck seeds, that's what you're going to get every harvest. You're going to get struggle life. The ground doesn't care what you plant. It's going to give it back to you tenfold. The ground's going to do its job. My advice to you is to plant what you want. Plant the things you want out of life. Plant the journey you want, the experiences you want, the people you want around you. Plant those things. You have the right to do that. Nobody's going to decide your life for you. You actually have a right to make a choice. You go to work voluntarily. You volunteer to go to work, and they give you in exchange a paycheck. So this means you're trapped. You're a prisoner of the job. You're a prisoner of the paycheck, because I've been there. I've done that. I was in prison. So how does it work? Well, the only difference is there's no handcuffs and it's voluntary. So it kind of works like this. In normal prison, you get in trouble, they arrest you, you go to court, you get put in jail. Handcuffs, bars, all that. And so you guys make the mistake of thinking that's the only prison. It's not the only prison. There's another prison. It's called Paycheck Prison, right? So you're in Paycheck Prison. How does it work? Again, I've done it. So I'm not here to beat you up. I'm here to wake you up. Does that make sense? Right? I'm here to inform you. I'm here to challenge you to look at things from a different perspective. So you wake up, you go to job, right? The job charges you. I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, I paid the job. Yes, you paid the job. You paid the job more than they pay you. How much more? 1,000,000 times more than they pay you. What do they pay you per year? $50,000. What do you pay them per year? 500,000. 5 million, 5 billion, on and on. How do I know this? Here's how I know this. Because time is more valuable than money. How much more valuable? Infinitely. You can't put a number on it. That's all that means. You cannot number it. It's that valuable. I'll prove it to you. I use the same example all the time. I'll prove it to you. How many would like to have a check right now that will 100% clear at the bank, and they'll give it to you in cash right now today for $1 million? Who wants a $1 million check? And most people are going to go, yes, I would. And then I'd say, but what's the catch? Just give me $1 million. What's the catch? What I owe you? And then you say, oh, glad you asked. You're going to owe me all of your time. So when you cash the check, I take all of your time away from you. Well, how does that look? Well, it looks like this. When you cash a check, you run out of time. You die. Now, are you going to cash that check? It's $1 million. You said you wanted it. You said time was money. Okay, I'll add another zero. It's 10 million. Would you cash it? Put another zero. 100 million. Would you cash it? Okay, add another zero. Now it's $1 billion check. They'll cash it and give it to you. They're waiting on you. Got your money in the truck ready for you. Would you cash it? Not even $1 billion would make you cash that check, because without even thinking about it, you know that time is the most valuable thing in the world. It's the most valuable thing you own. I always say it this way. Steve Jobs, Apple. Steve Jobs died, if I'm not mistaken, in 2012. Steve Jobs, I think he was sick, might have had some type of cancer, and he passed away. And Steve Jobs, it was recorded that some of his last words were when he looked out, he looked at his family who was gathered in his room as he knew he was about to pass. And the last word that he said was, wow. Now, that tells me a few things, but it tells me this here also that stood out to me, is that at that moment, this guy who's a multi-billionaire, he would have given up every penny in every bank account he owned just to spend one more day with his family. How do I know this? I would. You would. So if you don't think life is about time, you are wrong, and you are fooling only yourself. So life is about time and only about time. And we get to have as many experiences in life as we possibly can, and we want to make them great. But if we're going to work every day, selling our time, hey, I'll be here at 8, I'm here till 6, you got me. Well, what if I want to teach you some things between 8 and 6 that'll change your life financially? You can't, because you've already sold your time. In exchange for that paycheck, you got to give up time. And that's prison, right? You want me to take it a step further? I got you. I don't mean to scare you, just give you perspective. You go out and buy a car, pull up at your job with that new car. Oh, it looks good. You're out there, you're showing it off. It's on Instagram, you're showing your friends, everybody's taking pictures, snapping it up, looking at that car going, man, that car is awesome. And so I come up and I'm like, hey, it's a great car. Let me ask you this. How long is your car note for? Well, I got to pay on this for 5 years. Oh, wow. And you're like, but it's an awesome car. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty awesome, man. But do you know that car is going to require 60 paychecks? Yeah. 60 weeks. Yeah. 60 40-hour-a-week weeks for 5 years, 60 months. You didn't think of that, huh? You didn't think of the time tax that that car was going to cost you. Yes, it looked good, but you just sold 5 years of your future. How do I know this? And you sentence yourself to 5 years of prison. How do I know this? Because how are you going to pay for the car with your paycheck? Okay. How are you going to get a paycheck? At my job. There you go. I told you, you just sold 5 years of your future. Now, from 2024 to 2029, you got to pay car notes. So you got to go to work. See? Well, what else are you going to do? You don't know how to make money away from your job. That's the only way you know how to make income. You got to go to prison to work. I apologize. You got to go to work. All right. I'll take it further because 5 years is tough. I'll take it even further. This will wake y'all up now. Right? Wake your neighbor. Here we go. You go out and buy a house. See, I told you houses were traps. I'm not against owning a house. I'll leave it at that. But you go out, you buy a house, 30-year mortgage. I don't care what the notes are. My question to you is, how long do you have to pay for this? 30 years. Okay. How are you going to pay for it? Oh, with my paycheck. Okay. So you have to have a paycheck for 30 years. Yeah. How old are you now? Oh, I'm 35. You just sold 30 years of your future. You'll be 65 when this house is paid for. 65. So you've put yourself in a position where you've got to keep a paycheck for 30 years. I didn't think of it that way. Oh, but it is the truth. It's true. It's damn true. Right? It's the truest fact that for the next 30 years, you got to be at work. So if I'm your boss, I look out and I see that car. Oh, I got you for 5 years. I know you can't go anywhere. Raise? I'm not giving you a raise. No, you're not going anywhere. That car just bought me another 5 years with you. Right? You bought a house? Oh man, that's great. That's what you'll tell me at the company meeting. You bought a house? Yeah. Company Christmas party. You bought a house? Yeah, 30-year mortgage. Nice. Okay. Hey man, just want you to know we got Kevin for 30 more years. Yeah, he's got to pay for that house. We got him. Yeah, cancel that raise. He ain't going nowhere. He need that money. See, that's prison. Does that sound like freedom to you? It ain't freedom to me. And so what I want to do is I want to teach you an alternative. I want to teach you how to make money using only your phone. In some cases, you don't even need that, but using only your phone from anywhere in the world. You know what I like to do? It's probably going to shock you. But there are 3 things I really, really enjoy in this life. You know what they are? I enjoy fishing. I love fishing. Although I live here in Dallas, I'm a South Louisiana boy, right? Born and raised, and in Cajun country, and not as deep south as the what are those guys? The Landrys, who the guys who catch alligators. No, we're not that deep, but we are deep south. They way deep south. So not swamp people deep, right? And so although I live here, I love fishing. So I get to fish around the neighborhood. I get to fish in different spots. I love fishing. One of the other things that I enjoy doing outside of fishing, right, is I enjoy playing sports, whether it's basketball, football, things like that. And I get to do that. I'm even learning golf. Sadly, I'm trying to. I'll say that. Pat, if you're watching, I'm swinging. Okay. And the third thing I like to do, I love, is the beach. Now, there's no beach here in Dallas. I can drive a few hours, get to Galveston, or drive a little more, get to South Padre Island, beautiful beach there. Or I can just jump on a flight and go to Miami or go somewhere in Florida and hang out at the beach. I love the beach, right? And so my point to you is that you need to look at your life, decide what you love, what would help you to enjoy life, and then figure out how to do it. Now, I love the beach. I love spending time at the beach. Can do it all day. Do I get in? Hell no. But I do listen to it. I love the way it sounds. I love to sit there and feel the breeze. I love to hear the birds. I love to interact with the people. I just love the beach. And so one day I was sitting and I was just thinking to myself, what would life be like if I could be at the beach, make $5,000, $10,000 a month? What would life be like if you could be at the beach today and make $5,000, $10,000 a month? Wouldn't you like to spend the day at the beach? Wouldn't you like to make $10,000 a month? I would. I don't know anyone who doesn't. So I'll show you real quick if you got just 2-3 minutes. Doesn't even take long to work through this. So just know it's only a matter of time before your companies fire you. Remember the great philosopher Chris Brown said, these jobs ain't loyal. So remember that. All right. So here's what I teach you. I teach you how to make 10K a month. Will you make that in the first month? Probably not. But if it takes you 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, so what? That's pretty good, right? Even if it takes you a year, some of you guys don't move as fast. I got students who can do this in the first month. Then I have students who are a little bit lazy and it takes them 5-6 months to get here, right? So I teach you how to make 10K per month. That's my goal, which is $120,000 a year. Now, how many of you would love to cancel your job, fire your boss before they fire you, and be on the beach making $120,000 a year? I know I would, right? So when I get the chance to do, and in fact, I'm gonna do a video next time I go to the beach, but when I get the chance to fly out, spend time on the beach, because we're going out early spring, can't wait to get out there, going to Miami. So it's gonna be awesome, right? So 120,000 a year, 10K a month. How do you do that? Well, it's 3 things that I teach you. Number 1, I teach you how to get a customer and book a job. Number 2, I teach you how to take a deposit. This is how you get paid money into your account. And number 3, I teach you how to dispatch. I don't teach you anything else. This is all I teach you. In my masterclass, in my course, which is about 6 hours, and don't think that's long. I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's all good information. I'm going to teach you how to make 10K a month from the beach or anywhere in the world. Doesn't matter, because you don't have to be anywhere to make this money. You just need a Wi-Fi connection. That's it. So I'm going to teach you how to book, how to take a deposit, and how to dispatch. Book, deposit, dispatch. That's all I'm going to teach you. How to find a customer, get them booked. How to take a deposit, get paid. How to dispatch that work so you can jump in the beach and somebody else can go do the work, right? So this is it. If you want to change your life, you have to shift the way you think about money. You have to understand that if trading your time for money is the only way that you can make money, you are in prison. Time for money equals prison. Time for money equals prison. Money for time equals freedom. Did I say that too fast? Okay, I'll go back, because I'm going to teach you how to book, how to get a deposit, how to dispatch. Did I say it too fast? Listen to me. Time equals money is prison. Money equals time is freedom. Now, the only question you need to be asking is, do I want prison or do I want freedom? See, I know what I want. Are you clear on what you want? I want to enjoy life, have great experiences, spend time with my kids, spend time with my family, do what I want to do when I want to do, go where I want to go when I want to go, drive what I want to drive when I want to drive, and live where I want to live when I want to live, right? Do what I want to do when I want to do it. Live the life I want to live and not the life I have to live, right? I want to go to your restaurant, pull up, pay the tab for the whole family, leave an awesome tip, not even look at price. Don't matter. Swipe the card. So that's freedom. So do you want prison or do you want freedom? 80% of you want prison, because you're too scared to get out of your comfort zone, think differently, and say, I got to find out another way to make money other than this job. In case they let me go, I need to be protected and I need to protect my family, right? A lot of you won't do it. You'll be where you are. But for those of you who want to change, for those of you who want a better life, for those of you who don't mind being on the beach and making 10K a month, for those of you, then you need to click the link in the first comment below. It's the Middleman CEO Masterclass. Jump in that masterclass ASAP, right? It's very affordable. It's not going to cost you a lot of money. Spend the 6 hours, learn everything you can about the business. I've had students get in there and get in the masterclass, come out of the training, and go right into business. So, and I get the feedback. So I know what these guys are doing and these girls are doing. They're going after this because they understand one thing. These jobs ain't loyal. These companies are not trying to keep me, and they're not trying to take care of me, and they damn sure not trying to retire me. So these guys and girls understand that jobs are not loyal, and that if you only know how to make money through a job, that you are in financial prison. You're in trouble because if you lose that job, you don't know how to make money. So at least I'm not telling you quit your job. I'm just saying, hey, you need to be prepared in case your job quits you. Make sense? Did I say it too fast? You need to be prepared in case your job quits you, because they're looking to quit you. So what you need to do is you need to learn a new way of making money using only your smartphone. You don't have to have anything else. You don't have to be anywhere else. You can literally be on the beach right now, book a customer, take a deposit, dispatch. A customer can text you or email you. You can send them the script that we give you. They're going to say, okay, how do I pay? They get the invoice, pay you money in your account, and then you dispatch it to one of your ISP service providers, and off you go. You're going to book the customer. This is where you're going to get a customer. That's all you're doing. Same thing Uber does. Same thing Instacart does. Uber connects. Uber goes here and get someone who wants a ride. Then they go here and get someone who owns a car. So they get a rider and a driver. They connect the two and they get paid right here in the gap. So Uber finds a rider, then they find a driver, a service provider, service professional. Uber connects the rider to the driver. When the transaction is made, Uber takes a cut. They don't own the car. They don't own the driver. You don't own the business that provides the service. You don't own the customer. All I teach you to do is play matchmaker, introduce the two, get paid, send the work to somebody else, and get in the water. Put your toes in the sand, because you're at the beach and you can stay there all day. Oh, but you ain't broke this time. You got money. People on vacation swiping credit cards to go on vacation. Baby, you ain't on vacation. The vacation's on you. You got to pay that back. So I'm going to teach you the smart way to live how you want to live. And then I got some great news for you. After about 90 days, guess what I want you to do? I want you to hire a VA, teach them your system, and get out of the way. Put your toes back in the sand, kick back with whatever type of fruity drink you like. I like lemonade. And look out into the ocean, baby. Because you don't have to be at work no more. You don't have to be on a job no more. Somebody hearing me. I can hear the amens in the back. So somebody's hearing this. This is for you, somebody. You've been waiting on this. You've probably been praying about an answer to change your life. Here it is in the form of Middleman CEO. I'm going to teach you how to do the same thing I've been doing for the past few years. In 2020, I made $77,000 doing this. Not even 100 doesn't make you rich, but 77,000 from home changed my life. Changed my life, and it's been up ever since. My goal for this year, you better believe it, $350,000 is my plan to make $350,000 this year. Now, how many of you can use an extra $350,000 a year? I'm just saying, with $350,000, you can live the life you want to live. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm just telling you. But if you keep going to that job and thinking that time equals money, you're in prison, because the only way you make money is with your paycheck. You need to understand that the rich don't say time is money. They say money is time. So let's go make this money, this $350,000, so that I can buy my time back. Because if I made $77,000 on a job, I got to sell my time. I'm in prison to get that. But if I make $77,000 on a cash flowing business that I don't have to be at or do any labor, now I get to use the money to buy back my time. You make $77,000, I make $77,000. You go to work, sell 40 hours a week to make it. I go to the beach. I hang out with friends. I go shopping. I do things I love doing. I travel. I eat food. Well, we're both making the same amount of money. The only difference is how we do it. You're selling time to get it. I'm using my money to buy back my time because I don't have to go to work and I got the money. I can afford my time. While you're at work 40 hours a week, I'm on the beach 40 hours a week. Not that long, but who knows? I'm fishing. I'm doing things I love doing. I'm just keeping it real. So if you want to learn how to do this, there's going to be a link down below. Please click that link. Get into this masterclass ASAP. I'll reach out to you. Yes, you will talk to me one-on-one because I reach out to all of my students as often as I can. And then there's going to be some follow-up. I'm not just going to leave you hanging. I'm going to give you this assignment. You're going to go put it into action. And then you're going to come back with the business and tell me how great you're doing. Then you may contact me in the future and say, hey, thinking about doing this, thinking about getting into another industry with it. I want to have 5 industries by the end of the year, because you get to choose the industry you want to be in. I do it now currently in moving. I have jumping jack movers, and then I also have jumping jack cleaners in Florida. Now, think about it. I just said I have a cleaning company in Florida. I live in Dallas, Texas. I told you, you don't have to be anywhere anymore. You make money using your phones. These phones cost you $1,000. You might as well learn how to make money on them, right? Some of you can't even make enough money to pay your phone bill on your phone. So I'm here to change the game and give you some new information. So I hope this all made sense to you. If you have a question or comment, drop it. You're welcome to email me at middlemanceoinfo@gmail.com, or you can simply jump in the middleman class. As soon as I get your information, I'm reaching out to you, and I'm going to help you build your business. I promise you that. So tell somebody about the channel, hit thumbs up, hit subscribe, let me know. I'll see you guys in the course. It's on sale right now. Please get it, because it's not going to be on sale for long. Please get it right now. Okay? See you guys in the training. Those of you who are serious. For everybody else, I'll visit you in prison. Peace.